Hello. So today my topic is for using the application of Wireshark. That is, I have to implement so many protocols to find my IP addresses, destination IP address, and so many other things. As per the questions, we will be doing one by one. So firstly, my question given is examine the frame for the first DNS packet. So in this DNS, they are telling to examine the frame, that is identify the MAC and IP address. So inside Ethernet, we have found out the MAC address and the IP address. Then the second question was, what is the content of the type field in the Ethernet frame? And the type field is IPv4. It's given. And we'll go to second question. Examine the IP header for the first DNS packet sent by the client. That is, in the IP header for the first DNS packet, what is the header length? What is the total packet length? We have to find. So inside internet protocol, we got the header length as 20 byte, total length as 71. Second question, identify the protocol type field. That is, what is the number and type of protocol in the payload. So here we have to find the number and type of protocol in the payload, and the frame number given is 14, and the protocol in the frame is given ether type IP UDP DNS. Third question is examine the UDP header of the first DNS packet sent by the client. So I have to go to UDP and I have to specify the source port and destination port address. Port numbers. Source is 60692, destination is 53, and this is of UDP. And second question is confirm that the length field in the UDP is the header length. So I have to find the length of UDP. So to find the length of UDP, I'll find using total length minus my header length, that is 51. 71 minus 20 is 51. And examine the DNS query message in the DNS sent by the client. In this, I have to find the DNS queries. So I went in the DNS queries, and here what all things they told: query number, transaction ID, type of fields, type A, class in, query transaction is transaction ID given 0x93D5. Now next question, consider the packet that carries the DNS response. That is, this is the source address and my destination address, that is 192.168.43.148 and 43.1 is the destination. And here it is told to find the size of IP packet and UDP. So size of UDP, maybe size of IP under unreliable, size of UDP, maybe I'm not finding it. We'll go to other question. Identify the frame that carries the TCP. So the next, so TCP, under TCP, so the next protocol is TCP. So under that, I have to, they are telling to give the IP address, that is source address and IP address. I click this 192.229.237.96 and destination is 192.168.43.148. And what is the length of TCP segment? So under protocol, the total length of transmission control total length total length is not same. Now we'll see the third part. What is the initial sequence number for the segment of client to server, and the initial window size and the maximum segment size have to show. So under transmission control, sequence number, acknowledgement, window size 296 and maximum segment size maximum segment TCP segment length is 0. Now we'll see the fourth part. Have to show the flag, that is find the hexa character that contains the sign flag. So synchronization flag, this is acknowledgement one. I have typed here acknowledge one, that's why it is showing acknowledge, and its time is 0.36099 seconds. In a three-way handshake, they are telling us to find the time elapsed. So the time elapsed for acknowledgement is 0.36, and before examining the capture, specify the value for the fields. So before examining, it will be my Ethernet IP addresses and all. Then I have to specify the sequence number. Sequence number is 1. What is the length of the TCP? TCP segment length is 0. And what is the initial sequence number for the connection from the server to the client? What is the maximum segment size? That is window size. Sequence number I have to specify. The sequence window size is 296 and calculated window is 296. And 8th question is examine the frame that carries the HTTP. So for HTTP, data link what are the length of TCP? So length means my total length minus the header length will give me my length of TCP. That is 215 it will give. So, so ninth one is I have to ping it. So for that I'll stop this and I'll do continue of saving and I'll go to my CMD. I'll ping it. Pinging it and so I have to specify the examine the ICMP packet. So for that I have to examine my pinging it. So here ICMP. So first question is examine the source and destination IP address. So the source is 192.168.43.148 and the destination one is 216.58.197.35. Then next examine the ICMP message type. So for message type interrupt control message protocol. Under that I can find the type router solicitation code as 0, checksum value is 0x7D38 and here we have to find the time to live and source and destination IP packet address. That time to live is 128. Source address is this, my destination address is 215. So examine the ICMP reply messages. So the reply messages this reply message may be reserved this code and all. And my last one is capture the trace route protocol. For that again I'll stop this, I'll go to my CMD. First question is determine the destination address, and the destination address occurs in this 192.168.43.148. And what are the protocol type and the time to live. Protocol type is ICMP, and the time to live is 2. Second question will see. Examine the ICMP message identifiers and sequence numbers. So on the internal control message, identifiers, sequence numbers, and all we found out. And how many data bytes are carried. So inside this data, we can get the data bytes, its length, and fourth is what are the source and destination IP addresses. So the source IP address is 192.168.43.148 and my destination is 216.58.197.35. And at last list the sequence of source IP address in the packet carrying time exceeded messages. So my time exceeded messages are all of these. Thank you.